Direct News TV. August 18, 2023. Nurse found guilty of murdering 7 newborn babies in UK. A British nurse has been found guilty of murdering 7 newborn babies and trying to kill 6 others at the hospital neonatal unit where she worked, becoming the UK's most prolific child killer. Lucy Letby, 33, had been on trial since October last year, accused of injecting her sick or premature young victims with air, overfeeding with milk and poisoning them with insulin. The victims' families on Friday said in a joint statement read outside Manchester Crown Court in Northern England that they had been, quite simply, stunned by what had happened. Justice has been served, they added, but cautioned, this justice will not take away from the extreme hurt, anger and distress we have all had. The jury, some of whom were in tears after they were discharged, deliberated for 22 days, returning their first guilty decisions on August 8, which could not be reported because of a court order. Letby fought back tears in the dock after the initial verdicts were read out. She was not in court on Friday to hear the jurors' final determinations. They eventually acquitted her of 2 counts, and could not reach decisions on 6 others. Prosecutors have asked for 28 days to consider whether to seek a retrial on those charges. Letby will be sentenced on Monday and has reportedly told her lawyers she will not attend court to hear her fate, but she faces the prospect of never being released from prison. Not much trace. The nurse was arrested following a string of baby deaths at the neonatal unit of the Countess of Chester Hospital in northwest England between June 2015 and June 2016. Described by the prosecution as a calculating woman who used methods of killing that didn't leave much of a trace, Letby had repeatedly denied harming the children. Time and again, she harmed babies, in an environment which should have been safe for them and their families, said senior prosecutor Pascal Jones, calling the killings a complete betrayal of the trust placed in her. The court was told that colleagues raised concerns after noticing that Letby was on shift when each of the babies collapsed, with some of the newborns attacked just as their parents left their cots. The prosecution said Letby gaslight her colleagues into believing the string of deaths were just a run of bad luck. Letby's final victims were 2 triplet boys, referred to in court as babies O and P. Child O died shortly after Letby returned from a holiday in Ibiza in June 2016, while child P died a day after their sibling. Letby was also said to have attempted to kill the 3rd triplet, child Q, but the jury was unable to reach a verdict on the charge. Playing God. Prosecutors said by that time Letby was completely out of control, adding that she was in effect playing God. Letby was arrested and released twice. On her 3rd arrest in 2020, she was formally charged and held in custody. During searches at her home, police found hospital paperwork and a handwritten note on which Letby had written, "I am evil, I did this." Letby later tried to explain the note by saying she wrote it after being placed on clerical duties following the death of the 2 triplets. Defense lawyer Ben Myers told the court Letby was hard-working, deeply committed, and loved her work. Letby also suggested that a gang of 4 senior doctors pinned blame on her to cover for the hospital's failings. When she took the stand at her trial, she insisted she always wanted to work with children and said it was devastating to find out she was blamed for the deaths. Police are investigating Letby's tenure at the Countess of Chester and at the Liverpool Women's Hospital where she also previously worked, sifting through more than 4,000 neonatal unit admissions between 2012 and 2016. Infamous medical murderers. Her case revived memories of 2 of the United Kingdom's infamous medical murderers, Dr. Harold Shipman and Nurse Beverly Allitt. Shipman, a general practitioner, hanged himself in prison in 2004, 4 years after being convicted of killing 15 of his patients. A later public inquiry concluded he killed about 250 patients with lethal morphine injections between 1971 and 1998. Allitt, a nurse dubbed the Angel of Death, was jailed for life in 1993 after being convicted of murdering 4 young children in her care, attempting to murder 3 others and other offenses. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.